Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or hello if you're new. In today's video, we are doing another Cricut tutorial. We are making another t-shirt, so not only will you need your Cricut Explore Air 2, but you will also need your Cricut EasyPress. Before we get started, I want to tell you that today's video is actually in collaboration with Emily Long Designs, which is a store on Etsy. She makes the most amazing designs I think I've ever seen. They're really inexpensive, and I cannot say enough good things about her and her store. You should definitely check it out. I will have the exact design that we were using here on the screen. I'm really excited about it. I think it's really cute. My plan was to give this to my mom for Christmas, but I'm actually so excited about it that I'm probably gonna give it to her tomorrow. We're gonna go do some Christmas shopping, so I'm probably just gonna give it to her then. I also wanted to share with you that Emily was gracious enough to give us all 10% off of our order by using the code CRAFTEDBYJESS. I will have a link down in the description box that should take you directly to the store with the coupon code already added. So thank you, Emily, for being so kind and generous and giving us 10% off. With all of that being said, let's get into today's tutorial. So we are starting off with our t-shirt. So I got this from the athletic side in Walmart. I usually get all of my t-shirts and jackets from Walmart unless my client wants something specific, but Walmart is so inexpensive and they actually are really good quality, so I really recommend using the Walmart products. I wanted to show you guys kind of how I download the designs and how to get them onto the Cricut Design Space. It is really easy, but I will also be screen recording, so we'll kind of go back and forth. But if you notice that I'm looking down right here, it's because this is where my laptop is. But basically, we're gonna start with a new project. We're gonna hit upload over here. So then we are clicking on browse, and then I saved it on my desktop. So we're gonna hit desktop, and there it is, Dolly Miranda. And so this is how it will show up first in your design space. For me personally, even though it is a pretty simple image, I'm still gonna hit moderately complex, just because I wanna make sure that we get all of the details, and then we're gonna hit continue. So at this point, we don't necessarily need to erase anything. I am just gonna hit preview to make sure that everything looks okay. So that is how it's gonna cut. So we're gonna hit continue, and then we are going to save as a cut image. So now that it is saved, we are going to click it over here and do insert image. Now, I get a lot of questions on how I do like my sizing, and the best answer I can give honestly is that I know that the mat is 12 by 12, so I pretty much know that it has to stay in between that. I know that a 12 by 12 on a t-shirt is pretty standard and that it looks good. So just from experience, I know that if I just make it as big as I can on that 12 by 12 mat, it'll work out just fine. So I'm gonna move this up to the corner and go down here, and we're just gonna make it a lot smaller. So then I'll adjust it to where it's as big as we can get it on that 12 by 12 mat, which is usually about 11.5. And then we're gonna click up here and click make it. So then there it is on my 12 by 12 mat. The most important thing that we have to remember before we click create is we need to hit that mirror button. So this is gonna make it to where it cuts mirrored, so that way when we're using our EasyPress and we're applying that heat to transfer onto the shirt, it actually comes out to where it's in the correct way, but it needs to be cut mirrored first. I hope that makes sense. I'm sure there's a better way to put that, but that's what makes sense to me. So then once we're ready, we're gonna hit continue. You'll need to make sure that not only your Cricut is on, but it also is connected to your phone or laptop, whatever you're using. We're gonna select the device. So the first thing that it is asking us is what the base material is. So that is this knob here. We wanna make sure it's on iron-on. And so then that comes up with this little caution. So make sure mirror is turned on, and iron-on material is face shiny side down. We will get into that in a little bit, and I'll explain to you what that means, but we do already have our mirrored on, but in case you want to check, there it is right there, mirror on. So now it is asking us to load tools and material. So now we're ready to load our material. So I wanted to show you what I meant by the shiny side. So this is the matte side and this is the shiny side. If you're anything like me and you're still not sure, that happens to me all the time, you can peel the edge a little bit and then you can see, I don't know if you could see that very well, but then you can see where the plastic side is. So plastic side down. So I'm gonna be using a strong grit mat, mainly because my other mats are dirty, but A strong grip is just fine as well. And we're gonna just place it corner to corner and make sure it lays down flat. So now we're ready to load our mat. So we're just gonna feed it right here just until it stops. We're not gonna press too hard, and we're gonna hit the arrows to load it. So then the last thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna hit that button and it's gonna start making. Okay, so now that our design is done, our light is blinking again, so we're gonna click it and it's gonna release the mat. All right, so now we're ready to start our weeding process. Before I get into actually weeding, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my EasyPress all set up, turned on, and heating up. All right, so here is my EasyPress. It is plugged in. I'm gonna turn it on, and I've already got it set to 315 degrees for 30 seconds because that is what you need for cotton. But if you're unsure of what temperature and how long you need, I will have a link to the little chart on the Cricut website. So now that it is warming up, it will be green and it'll chime when it's ready, but for now, all right, so now we have our ready design, our mat, our shirt, and of course our heated up EasyPress. So I'm gonna move this a little bit to the side. I want more room to work with is better. And I'm gonna take our shirt and I'm gonna lay it over the mat. Now anything that you press down with the EasyPress needs to go onto this mat. It's not like an ironing board, it's actually so much better than an ironing board. And before we even lay down our design, I'm gonna take our EasyPress and I'm just gonna iron out some of the wrinkles, make sure that we have a really flat surface to work with. All right, so now I'm gonna take our design and I'm gonna lay it on here, making sure it's center. Okay, and that looks center to me. So I'm gonna take the mat underneath and pull it down. So now we're ready to actually use our EasyPress. So I'm making sure there's no overlapping on the mat here, that we can get all of our design here. We could even squeeze this in a little bit tighter. My biggest tip for you guys when using the EasyPress is it's okay if you heat press multiple areas, like if you overlay what you're heat pressing, but you don't want to miss anything. So you'd rather, heat one area twice than have any part that hasn't gotten heat. So we're gonna take our heat press and lay it down in one section and hit the Cricut button. So we're gonna apply a little bit of pressure, but nothing too strenuous, just light pressure is all you need. Okay, so now that section is done. We're gonna readjust our mat and then we're gonna hit this bottom section. All right, so now our last section is done. What we're gonna do next is we're gonna take this and flip it to the back side. And then we're also gonna take our EasyPress, we're gonna hit the time and we're gonna lower it to 15 seconds. So we're gonna cut the time in half and do the back. And what this is gonna do is it's gonna make it to where we can heat dry this. So when you put it in the washer and the dryer, it's not gonna ruin the design. So we're just gonna take it and we're gonna do it all over again on the back. And again, it's okay to overlap sections, you just don't wanna miss any sections. And you can feel when you're adjusting it, you can feel where the plastic is. So I just make it to where it's all the way down to the plastic. All right, and now we are done with the heat press. So I'm gonna move. So now you can certainly wait for this to cool all the way down, but you also do not have to. I'm gonna go ahead and peel this off now. Seriously, this has turned out so cute. I think my mom is going to love it. It should last her a very long time. And as you can see, it's really stuck on there tight, so that's not going anywhere. All right, you guys, so this is how the shirt turned out. I think it turned out amazing. My mom is going to absolutely love it. I cannot wait to share it with her. So that is all that I have for you today, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, please check out Emily's store on Etsy. Again, I will have all of the information down in the description box below. Take advantage of that 10%. I promise you can find something on her store that you are going to love. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you next time.